Mic. Everybody wave. Hi, everyone. Good
Hello.
morning. Welcome. We made it. Everyone made it today. Welcome to The Drafters, our actual play Blades in the Dark campaign. We're super excited to have everyone back after taking some R&R. Personally, last 2 weeks ago when we were on schedule, we're still on schedule. We're still going. We're in episode 6, which is halfway through the season. We got this. All right, without further ado, everyone, please introduce yourselves and your characters and all of that great stuff. And we'll start with our wonderful storyteller, theater nerd.
Oh, hi. I wasn't just sneezing a second ago. That didn't happen. My name is Theater Nerd. You can find me everywhere at Theater Nerd. I am excited to be back. To see what shenanigans this gang get up to. Because usually it's shenanigans.
Always shenanigans.
Um, and yeah, I'm glad to be back.
Awesome. Good stuff. And welcome back. Returning to us is Sahara.
Hi, I'm Sahara or Mad Rabbit, the young girl with old woman hobbies. I play Cecilia,
Okay, Zoomer.
and I play Cecilia, and I still don't have a definite personality for her.
I
She
think
has a
that is her
personality.
character. Like, we don't know what her... She doesn't give us her real personality, so she can always be a mystery.
She has a personality. It's awesome.
There you go.
She's quite mysterious.
Yes.
I think
Called
the
She's a
character-
Professional and has to keep them coming back.
There you go. Haha, coming back. I'm an adult. Oh, all right, thank you. Thank you, Sahara. It's great to have you and Cecilia back. Next, we have Jamie.
Hey, I am Jamie. I'm playing Patches. He's a neurotic socialite. He's kind of takes care of business when he can, but has to kind of herd the cats that are the rest of the people here,
Dope.
the rest of the crew.
He's party dad, so
Party dad.
he's
All right.
clearly the dad of the group of the party.
Oh, I thought you meant like party.
I mean, if he wants to be also that type of party dad, that's perfectly fine.
Mm.
No, those aren't the kind of parties he attends.
Oh,
You're,
okay. Ooh.
you're
He's too
occasionally
classy for
the
that.
you're occasionally the stop having fun guy.
Yeah, he's more along that line. He's like the guy who's like, this isn't a party. We need to sit down and have tea, and then it'll be really fun.
It's like you shouldn't do that. It's dangerous.
All right.
Like if it wasn't dangerous, we wouldn't be doing it.
All right, thank you. It's good to have you back, fam. Next, we have Jason.
Hi, my name's Jason. He's a kind of person, and I am playing Dr. Biscuits, he, him kind of guy, who very much resents the idea that we get up to shenanigans. And he would very much like to correct you and say that we actually get up to tomfoolery.
Okay.
Okay.
Tomato, whatever floats your goat, to that kind of stuff. And the goats do float here in Duskfall. Thank you.
Occasionally
Well,
there's a goat on the stream.
Occasionally. Like every day we stream this game, there's a goat. um, for reals. Hello, everyone. My name is Val. I'm a resident Raptor Mama. And today I'm bringing to you Royce Chambers. He is the Hound. He is essentially like a noble kid who wants to stick it to the man sort of thing. You know, like a very, very privileged white boy that wants to form like his own version of Antifa in Duskfall. Like, don't know how that's going, but he also has an otter named Buddy, and Buddy is about to become a dad, from what I understand. And let's be real, is the real star of this show. But yeah, let me remind everyone here that we are a viewer-affected game. If you want to affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations, you can do that. For every 100 biddies, you can give the party a reroll. For every sub to the channel, you can give anyone in the party a critical, which is very important. It's essentially the equivalent of like a nat 20 here in this system. And if you just don't have straight up money, $5 or more, you can make stuff happen to our storyteller's discretion. But you can kind of give a small plot point, and we can see where it goes from there. And as a reminder, you guys, I don't want to be that person, but I'm gonna be that person. Whoever is here in chat and is not subscribed to this channel, I am 2 sub points away from 50. 2. Okay, please help me, God. I would like that new emote slot. So, without further ado, please, Theater Nerd, our lovely storyteller, take us away into Duskfall.
Hello. I think since we've been away for so long, we should probably recap what happened last time. And last time you helped Ramira, the tattooed whisper, save her sister. Successfully, which is something new for you guys.
We didn't
Or
have to
something-
old yeller her.
Yeah, you guys didn't have to old yeller her. I just had to find my list of people, which was buried at the bottom of Roll20. Yes, you helped her sister. We still have to do the payoff and downtime and entanglements from said job, but that's where we'll start. But first, before we get to our lovely gang of scoundrels, I want to actually pull the camera back and pull it into a back room at the Bald Goose, which, if you don't remember what the Bald Goose is, it is the gambling den where you got introduced to Conan. No, that he's the gambler. Corin, the runner of the establishment, and Royce offered some help. So what we see, we actually see Coran. Why did I make these names so similar? Coran is actually sitting at a table, and it looks like he's got a map of Duskfall on his desk, and he's plotting out some potential moves, and we kind of hear some mumbling. It's almost as if our vision isn't clear, but it appears that they're planning to maybe make a run on taking over the gang. And after a few minutes of conversation, we actually do see someone leave the office, and now we'll zoom back in. You guys actually have gotten your payment from Ramira and her family. And I would say the payoff for this is, let me go back to that. I am going to say they give you a you guys get 2 reputation points, and you get 7 coin for your efforts.
Ooh.
Ramira doesn't look well off. You may think that this is most of the family's wealth, but you did save the sister without too much damage to anyone, if I'm not mistaken. But yes.
It was a tough fight. We fought a ghost, man. That was... Oof. Like, Ilya tried to drive a boat, and that did not go well.
Was this before or after Ilya had drugged herself?
After.
Oh, okay. Well, that might.
I think the one where I drugged myself was the earlier mission.
Oh, I can't remember. I thought it happened again, but maybe not.
I mean, so yes, technically it was still after. But what it was that, like, Patches got really high on ghost balls, if I'm not mistaken. Or, hi, I scrubbed through the video this morning, and those were the things that I caught from last time.
Boat driving and
You were
ghost
high
balls.
for some reason, not necessarily on, like, you took something that, like, to kind of,
I
help
took,
you, yeah.
yeah, something that was like an arcane implement that was like
Mm-hmm.
made it easier to contact or
Okay.
interact with
So, I am gonna say
spirits.
Yeah.
you guys kept it relatively contained.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say you guys gain 2 heat for that mission. And I don't think
My camera fell, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I don't think any of the add more heat modifiers apply in this case. There was no killing, and I don't think the other things go or apply. How much heat are y'all at?
We're at like 3. We're not. Yeah, 3 total after the 2, because we started with 1, and I just clicked off the 2. I put all the coin on. I just used some of the vault. We started with 2 coin, and we had 7, so I put all that in. And our rep, we are currently at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on our rep.
Do we have to have like a bigger vault to put all that in there? Can we?
Yeah, well, we can temporarily keep it there, but the idea is that the crew itself can only hold a maximum of 4,
Okay.
but also each person can hold another 4 themselves.
Okay. So let's go ahead and keep 4 in the vault, and that leaves, or we can put 3 in the vault, and then everyone else gets 1. How's that sound? Well, we started with 2, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. That's outside of the vault. So 4 of us each gets 1 for sure. And then we can fight over who gets that extra 1.
Do
We
we have a
all-
vault? I mean,
Buddy
is that
gets the 5th one,
We-
maybe.
We do not. A vault is a crew upgrade once we get enough crew XP.
Well, the coin
So-
that gets to when I say, I guess with the vault, I guess it means just like whatever we're keeping in the shoebox inside the basement, like inside of our house. Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So-
it's storage maximum of 4, but then when you take the vault
Mhm.
upgrade, it goes to 8, and then if you take it a second time, it then goes to 60.
So it looks like we have 5 we need to distribute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone click off 1, and then we have click 1 onto yourself, and then we have 1 left that we need to just let somebody else hold on to.
Yeah.
I think I know who will hold on to the extra 1.
Who?
Buddy.
He needs spending cash.
Buddy, he does have little pockets, like a little, like satchels now.
He's got babies to take care of now,
It's
Royce.
true. So I guess that means I'm holding on to it.
Yeah.
That's the
and
excuse. Wink, wink.
and that's probably exactly what Royce is gonna say as they're divvying up the money, and he spreads it out evenly, and then he takes like the last one, and everyone stares. He goes, "This is for Buddy's child support payments." As he puts it away.
No, it's 1 for Celia, 1 for Biscuits, 1 for Patches, and 1 for Royce, and 1 for Buddy.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
Yet I feel nobody would question that.
no,
I would begin to speak up, but then be like, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth having the conversation. So what's our total heat now then?
3.
Okay.
Only 3, very low.
Yeah, we started with 1 and I just bumped it up.
And our rep is
6.
6.
okay.
Oh, just letting you guys, my mom just started showing some kids our goats, so it might get noisy on my
Oh
side.
no, not
I'm
more
looking
goat
at the-
noises.
Oh no, not people excited about goats.
It's gonna be kid noises, mainly human kids.
Oh, human kids.
Well, that's less fun.
That's much less fun. Human kids are definitely not as cute as goat kids.
Unless it's my niece. And I'll anyway.
Anyway.
So is that rep we got including our extra rep for your leverage? Because it says whenever we gain rep, we gain +1 rep.
I just gave you what I was giving you. So you got a 3 or whatever I said.
And so then we get another one because someone has leverage?
No, it's our crew ability.
Oh, nice. Then we get 4 total because of our crew ability.
Yeah. So I guess somebody just take an extra one on there then.
Yeah, I'll get it.
What does the reputation do for us? Just lets us.
Once we fill, okay, so our gang is currently at tier 0, which represents our size, our influence, and our equipment quality. Once our reputation fills up, we can spend coin and then basically level up the crew as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Better things for the base.
Like secret
it's-
routes.
It's kind of like crew XP.
Yeah.
We need to use our downtime to do that.
No, it's when reputation fills up, you can just spend some coin and tier up. When the crew XP fills up, you get a new crew ability or some more boxes worth of upgrades.
Mhm. So we still have 4 to tick off before we can have a crew level.
So
We've been doing crew XP.
We've been keeping up with it. We just haven't gotten to the. We had 2 rep before we went into this, and then
no, I think there are specific questions, like you all have specific
Oh,
questions.
Okay.
Well, all the players have questions for their own personal XP, and the crew
Yeah.
sheet itself has its own questions for its own XP.
I don't think we've been doing that because I'm bad.
Well, here's the thing.
Um,
There's 4 ticked off already, so I'm not sure if that was from the first mission that we did that we succeeded, and then we did have an unsuccessful one, right? So we'll just say that was unsuccessful. Here we are now with a successful mission. That we can just do that right now, right?
Sounds like a deal.
Mhm.
So execute a successful smuggling or acquire new clients, contraband sources.
I
No,
would say we successfully smuggled her in and out of the city.
Okay. Contend with challenges above your current station.
So our current station is at tier 0, so if we have to contend with things at a higher tier, then that's a yes.
How high a tier was the ghost?
Okay, you can have one.
Okay.
I mean, it's not tier 0, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
by his definition,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you think you bolstered your crew's reputation or developed a new one?
I definitely think we did.
Currently, your reputation is daring.
I think that what we did was fairly daring, if not stupid.
Come on, gang. Come on, gang. Let's smuggle a ghost out of town.
Yeah.
There's a fine line between brave and dumb.
I mean, you're not. I can't even argue with that.
There you go.
It's
Can't
not,
tell if it was Patches answering the question or not.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not
I
dumb.
can't tell
It's
if we're stupidly-
experimental.
We're stupidly brave or just stupid.
Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew is the last one.
I mean, we were questioning whether or not to Old Yeller this lady, and if that was okay. And we didn't.
No.
But,
I could see that as being inner conflict.
there you go.
the essential nature of this crew in that we all think we are very professional and nobody has any idea what they're doing.
We're also pretty altruistic. We tend to take jobs that we think are not gonna hurt anybody that doesn't deserve it. So
Right.
far.
So
We
far.
did
Yeah.
we did our absolute best to not old yeller her
Mm-hmm.
rather than doing it right away. Also, essential nature, we got Ilya to do something she has no idea how to do yet again.
We're gonna have boat driving lessons for you soon, Ilya. So
I would say that that's 2 XP for you
oh man,
for
the
that
crew?
one. Yeah.
Nice. We are one away from leveling up our crew.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So when crew XP fills up, we either get a new crew special ability or we get 2 boxes worth of the upgrades.
Mm.
Ooh, spicy.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Excellent.
As we're like all like counting our money and talking about the day, Royce is gonna kind of straighten himself out. Looking a little rough because it was a rough night, but he's gonna look at everyone and he's like, guys, we needed this win, and that was a win. Yes. we don't suck. I was worried there for a second, like, but I got yes. You did good. Everybody,
You know,
proud of you for doing such a great job and not taking that whisper out to pasture. Well, we did, but we brought her back safely, and we are we needed this. We needed this.
Yes.
Yeah.
you know, during that time, I think I learned a bit more about ghosts. And I'm saying this to introduce my new skill I got, Ghost Voice.
Oh.
Mhm.
What-
Do you want to read what that ability does? Because I'm curious as a GM.
You know the secret method to interact with a ghost or demon as if it was a normal human.
Ooh.
And wait a minute. As if it was a normal human, regardless of how wild or feral it appears. You gain potency when communicating with the supernatural.
Ooh.
So you can use any social skills on ghosts and you're extra good at it,
Mm-hmm.
that is super good.
even if
Yeah,
the ghost
yeah.
is completely feral.
Yeah, I leveled up and I thought that since we're doing ghost stuff, we'd probably be doing more of it, so that'd be helpful.
Absolutely. Good call. I leveled up my survey skill because that's
Because you did.
because I did.
So we already did like XP stuff. Do we
Yeah,
need
for
to
us
do-
personally. Yeah.
No, we don't. Yeah, we did that at the end of
Mhm.
last session. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah.
So I think actually what we see as this conversation is going on, the camera actually zooms out again.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think that your bounty hunter friend and owner of Buddy's baby mama actually gets picked up by the billhooks. So could I have you make me a fortune roll here?
How many dice would that be?
Just the one.
One.
And we have to do a manual one right now because the Blades in the Dark images are gone
Mm-hmm.
for a roll 20.
Really?
Who's gonna roll that? Jason, why don't you do it?
Ooh, okay. So the macros don't work? Interesting.
Yeah, it's like.
But you can't read it. It's like white text on a gray
Mhm.
background.
And roll 20 doesn't have a dark version yet.
You'd think after this many years.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
4.
That's a medium.
Cool. Um. So, um, we see character whose name I forgot because I'm bad at naming characters. Um,
The the bounty
the
hunter,
bounty. Yeah, maybe I
Costa.
did. Yes. We see her get probably need to put this on my list. I thought I had it. Sorry. We see her get picked up, and of course, she's operating within the law, but it's that like gray area of the law where the blue coats don't particularly like bounty hunters,
Mm-hmm.
but also understand that they're necessary all at the same time in order to keep the streets safe. And they take her in and they begin questioning her about the gang and her involvement with you, Royce.
Mm-hmm.
And and she ends up leaving there pretty bloodied, but she hasn't said a word about you guys to the blue coats. Um, she's not in good shape right now. From what you all as players and the audience see. Now we can begin with our downtime actions.
Okay.
Um, does anybody want to go first?
I would like to not go first.
What? So it's been a while, so maybe Jason, you're the most familiar with the system. I hate to put you on the spot, but could you
No.
remind us, give us a crash course of what we can do here?
All right. We do also have handout for downtime, but
Oh yeah, you're right.
things we can do. So looking at acquire asset is basically, asking around, spreading a little money, and trying to get a hold of something or someone for one job, like an expert or a special item or something, depending on how well you roll, depends on how good it is. At this level, it's probably not very good. You could work on a long-term project if you have one, and try to fill in dates on your clocks. If you have harm, you can make a roll to try and work towards healing that. What is it? I think healing is a 3 die roll because I'm an experienced doctor, and then that would fill in your healing clock. Whenever your healing clock is full, everything you have goes down by 1 level. You could roll to reduce heat if you have an appropriate skill that you think would work, and it's necessary. If you have enough stress, you could use the indulge vice, where a character will go off and engage in their vice in a way to try and blow off steam. Um, your roll for that is based on your attributes like resolve or prowess or insight, whichever one is the lowest. However high you roll is how much stress you lose. However, if you roll higher than the amount of stress you have, you basically lose yourself in your vice. You overindulge, and there is a penalty. Um, so, and then training, it allows you to put 1 XP, like spend time training, and you can put 1 XP in any of your attributes or in your playbook. Except that we have a gym, so if you choose to train in prowess, you get 2 XP instead.
Nice. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff to do.
So many options, so much room for activities.
So many options.
So many options. Much wow. Oh.
Generally, a good idea is to look at how much stress you have.
Yep.
Especially if it's on the higher end, like 4 or higher. You may want to indulge your vice to help reduce your stress. But if it's not, if it's not a full 6, there is always that risk of overindulging. If you overindulge, there are a few possible things that could happen. It could be that your dealer cuts you off, like whoever your current purveyor is. It could be that you brag too much about your amazing exploits and you earn heat for the whole crew. Or you might attract trouble and another entanglement would be rolled by our lovely theater nerd. But
Hmm.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what to do. I know I'm going to indulge Spice. I'm just trying to figure out what else I want to do.
Alright. Well, I know what I want to do.
Perfect.
Since we are not in wartime, we can do two activities.
Correct.
The one I want to do is train and work on my long-term project.
Okay, what would you like to train first? Or
I
what would
would
you like
like-
to do first, rather?
I would like to probably train the resolve first, just because that would probably take a bit shorter than the long-term project thing.
Right? So that will give you 1 XP in your resolve track.
How? Not saying you can, but let's RP this and discuss this a little bit more. How do you intend to become more resolute?
So I believe that what my character would do is that she would go down to the places where she doesn't like to go because there's stuff that she just doesn't like there. But I think she tries to do stuff that's out of her comfort zone to try to gain more courage and stuff like that.
I'm
Yeah.
here for that.
I'm not sure what she does exactly.
I think pushing yourself, beyond your limits helps bolster like your resolve and
Mhm.
and your willingness to like stick with things and see it through. I buy that.
Oh, that's fun.
That's fun.
I'm looking at my character sheet. I can't even add a new point in for resolve.
Oh, why? Because it's already got all 6 reds?
Nope. It's not showing them at all.
Oh, I had the
Oh.
same issue. Just pop your character sheet out into a new window by clicking the icon in the top left of the handout,
The one right next to your name.
Okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
and it might fix it.
Alright.
Double click. Oh, maybe that was you. Maybe you did it at the same time I tried it. Never mind. Fantastic. Go ahead. And remind me, you're making like a poison dart launcher?
Yes, I'm working with Dr. Biscuits to make a dart launcher. I forgot exactly what type. It's on my character sheet. It is. I need to actually. Yeah, it just says poison dart. I believe we focused on paralysis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell me how you'd. Well, we need to roll. Tell me what you would like to roll to see how many boxes you can tick off on your project.
Alright. So, should I roleplay it a bit first? Or.
Sure, if you go for it.
Dr. Biscuits, how far are we along?
Oh, this is absolutely coming along. I think. Wait, what is this? What are we talking about again?
The darts.
Oh, right, the darts. This one, right? And he pulls out one of those old-fashioned giant lawn darts.
No. The poison darts, the one that said I'd help you with a couple experiments if you can make them for me.
Oh, right, that one. Hold on. And he goes and digs through all the stuff in the bench. Like, ha! This one. Actually, I haven't had a chance to work on it for a bit. We've been a bit distracted, but it's almost finished. Unfortunately, there are just a few parts I need to acquire that aren't exactly things I have laying around here. Um, and a few things we need to complete the mechanism in that. But I just need to acquire certain rare parts, as they say, before I can finish assembly.
What do you need?
Well, I'm sure you wouldn't understand. So it's very, very scientific. Yes, but you know what? You know what? Hold on a second. And then he goes and writes down something, and it's like, huh, this is exactly what we need. If you can bring this to Melinda the Hawker down in Crow's Foot and give that to her, she'll know exactly what we're looking for. And you can acquire those parts, bring them back to me, and should be good. You look at the paper, it's about as comprehensible as a doctor's written prescription. I am a doctor.
She will. She will eye it and be like, I know 10 different types of ciphers and codes, and yet this makes no sense. Okay, I guess I'll do it.
Cool. I have to add Melinda the Hawker to our list of NPCs now.
All right.
So I'm assuming you go to find Melinda the Hawker down in Crow's Feet?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I take
Cool.
the otter with me for good measure. He can be intimidating at times.
Wait. You need to ask me to take my otter, okay? Like, because wherever Buddy goes, I go. I witness everything that happens in his life, alright?
The thing is, I think she tempts him with oysters and fish without you knowing. Or tries to.
Like, I just want to, like, walk in on this as you're, like, standing in the doorway with, like, a tin of, like, sardines. Like, come on, buddy, let's go. And I'm just, like, there, like, half awake. And, like, Ilya, what are you doing?
Go back to sleep. None of your business. I just need Buddy for
Yo, sis, that is... What did I do to you? That is not cool. By the way, he doesn't like those type of sardines. You gotta get that other brand. Like, Patches knows what's up. Patches knows the right brand. I think he hates
Don't
the
bring me
otter.
into this.
What?
Just don't involve me in this.
No, it's happening. Like, I'm gonna be like, but I think we're out. That's the one that I like to eat on my sandwiches. And I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna, like, pick out one of the sardines and I'm gonna start to eat
it. She'll just put her hand on her face, be like, look, I just need him in case I need to intimidate some people.
You want to bring an otter to intimidate people? He's gonna look at you incredibly confused because it's an otter.
Have you seen how intimidating he can be?
What? No, he's cute and adorable, and he's not fluffy because he's wet all the time. But he's not intimidating. Look at him, and the otter is just there with, like, I don't know, not a sardine because he apparently doesn't like these. Just, like, looking there, incredibly bored. Like, maybe even a little bit sleepy and a little bit, like, insulted that you just give him these subpar sardines.
Come on, buddy. Show them how intimidating you can be. And then I do this to him.
He yawns at you.
Seriously, you're not doing it today? Fine, I'll go on my own.
Did you just want him to go with you somewhere? Is that why you're doing that?
Yes.
I mean,
Well-
like, why didn't you just ask?
She just stays silent, looks back and forth at you, and the otter be like, shrugs.
But I go with Ilya, man. And he's gonna be like, I know, whatever. And then the otter is gonna go with you. See? It wasn't so hard. Pick him up some oysters while you're out.
She's already out the door with the otter.
Okay, bye. Patches, what's for breakfast? As he leaves.
Should we get on with this scene so that everyone else can do their things as well?
Go ahead.
We're fine. We're okay. So you end up finding this lady, and I think she almost wears what seems to be like a steampunk version of like a jeweler's loop. So it's like a pair of glasses where one is like zoomed in, so you can just see her eye like super huge if you look into it.
Mhm.
And she looks at you. Can I help you?
Yeah. Dr. Biscuit sent me here to get some things. He gave me this. I can't read it if you can. This is what he wants, and she'll hand her the note.
She holds it up to the eye that has the magnification on it. She looks at it a second, and she'll turn it like 45 degrees, and then 90, and then she ends up doing 360 with the piece of paper. I know exactly what he's looking for. Go ahead and give me a roll, because the lady turns around and you start like seeing bits and bobs like flying out of her booth in your direction.
Alright. What type of role would you believe this is?
That is a question for you. Probably, I'll make a suggestion, but I would say it's something social.
Alright, yeah. Maybe consort, because I'm consorting with a connection to get access to something.
Sounds like a deal to me.
Alright.
So a 4, so that's worth 2.
I can't,
Oh, it's yeah.
it's
I'm not
well,
sure
1
why
and
you
a
did result.
3, so that is one
Yeah.
segment. So I think after a minute, after several minutes, and long awkward, like a spring flies out at you, and a vial of something flies out at you, or an empty vial flies out at you, and you hear bubbling, and you probably actually see bubbles float your direction. Eventually, I only have this thing, and she hands it to you. If you give me some time, I can acquire the rest of what you need.
Okay. I'll just have to tell him that. Thank you.
Fantastic. And well, I will just add this to Dr. Biscuit's to Dr. Biscuit's biscuits. Dr. Biscuit's tab on and he can know me later. We trade bits and bobs and things, so
Alright. Looks like I didn't need you, buddy. And she pats him gently on the head.
No,
This company is always.
Buddy is
appreciated, I'm
always
sure.
necessary.
like Buddy was probably just getting into things that he probably wasn't supposed to, and as like someone was talking to him, he probably just like stood like straight up and like put his little paws behind his back and like do that thing where he looks as innocent as fucking possible.
Buddy's just sitting there going, "I am
Right.
baby."
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what he's doing. I am baby.
So would I mark anything on my clock?
Yes, one segment.
Alright.
How much do you have left on your clock?
Oh wait,
3.
So I missed the 2d6 were for your roll
Yeah.
because I also see resolve. So you actually, I lied. It's 2 segments.
Okay.
I used the resolve, which the highest number you rolled was a 3 for that, but that's fine.
Okay.
We'll take the first roll. Who would like to go next with one or both of their actions?
All right, so there's only 2 segments left on your dart launcher.
Mhm.
You're nearly done that. Then I guess I'll spend the downtime working on that dart launcher then to try to do the final assembly,
Okay.
and I'll try to put it together with Tinker,
Okay.
and we'll see how well this
Teamwork.
goes.
I believe in you guys.
I'd say something about it making the dream work. I don't know.
And that's 5. That's 2 more ticks on the long-term project.
Hey, y'all, just
Can't-
try and manually roll because we can't actually see it because Roll20 is broken right now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Okay,
I
yeah.
was.
for Tinker. It looks like a
It's
a
3 and a 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's weird because it is showing properly on mine.
Okay.
It's not for the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was a 3-5, so that's worth 2 ticks, which I believe finishes the project.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it like while Dr. Biscuits is finishing the dart launcher?
I feel like Ilya knows a bit about what's happening. She comes check in, but after a while, she sees him in his zone and gets scared to bother him in case he decides to use her as a test subject.
I'm imagining, if you will indulge me for a second, at some point as Dr. Biscuits is trying to load the dart launcher for the first time, the dart goes flying across the room, and Ilya will dodge it. And that's how we know like it's getting very close to finished, and you get it the rest of the way finished.
Yeah.
Right. So, what does it look like? It's your launcher. You're the one who knows what it looks like and how it works.
I imagine it to be something that she can easily wear. It looks like an odd piece of jewelry because probably Dr. Biscuits is not gonna make his stuff look too fancy. But something that she can just have on her in an emergency.
Well, if you told me to make it look like a certain thing, or if you gave me like a base thing to build it into, then I could certainly do that.
I think she just said something like a bracelet that can fire if needed.
Ooh.
And that's when she
You can do the Spider-Man thing, except poisonous.
exactly.
Fantastic. Does someone else have another something they want to do?
And then Dr. Biscuits will indulge his vice because he's got enough stress.
And what is his vice?
He'll never admit to it, but his vice is going to somebody in a rather seedy, run down kind of place, and spending some time actually being possessed by basically a tame ghost.
Interesting.
Okay.
Oh.
He doesn't like to admit that because he's a man of science,
Cool.
but just the sensation of it is just somehow very relaxing for him. But
So I think you go to does your vice purveyor have a name?
I do not actually have one yet.
Okay.
But I don't know. Do you want to come up with a name? Do you want me to come up with a name?
It doesn't matter. I really wish they would have put a name list in this cheat sheet for me. 'Cause there's one in the back of the book. Do I have my book handy? I don't think so. Okay.
Um,
Bad GM is bad.
yeah, this person, this whisperer who has this ghost and does this thing. Obviously, this is not something that they're supposed to be doing, so it's very hush hush under the radar.
Yep.
So I only know them by the alias Golly G. Willikers.
Okay. So Golly G for short. he- they keep their face shrouded, so you don't actually know if Golly G is a female or a male. And they actually don't say words to you. So as you approach, Golly G, any questions you would ask them, it's like they better be yes or no, because you're only going to get a yes or no answer from them. It's like a head nod that you get from them, and they take you into like a back room at some like tavern that's dark and set up for this kind of like ritual thing, and only those who know it. So go ahead and roll to indulge your vice.
Unfortunately, I only get one die because it's equal to whatever your lowest attribute / resistance is. So,
Not necessarily a bad thing.
only a 2. So
And
that
I think-
recovers 2 stress off me.
I think this time, for whatever reason, Golly G has a hard time of like keeping the ghost within you for maximum relaxation, and I think the ghost gets out, depossesses you. Before you can really, like, just as you're starting to get less stressed out and more relaxed.
Oh well. I definitely do feel somewhat better. Thank you. I'll see you again soon. I'm sure. And I just kind of, keep my eyes down, don't look directly at them, and shuffle on out.
I was gonna say, if you look up, all you see is the hooded figure doing a very, very slow head nod up, and then back down, and then back to neutral as you walk out.
Hey, 2 stress is better than nothing.
Royce, do you know what you're gonna do with your downtime?
Royce would like to level up, well, train his resolve. And he would like to do this because the most resolveful person that he knows is Patches. And Patches gifted him with something last time. And that was a romance novel.
Yeah,
And he figured, you know what?
it's his weakness.
If Patches reads these, then clearly this gives him some sort of sway or consort, and this has got to be where he learns from all of this. So Royce would like to start reading these dime store smut novels that Patches has lent to him.
Bring him in a cardboard box.
These romance novels are clearly what makes them so
These
swell.
Harlequin novels.
These got me through some rough times. Here you go, Royce.
Oh, well, thanks, dude.
That's-
Do you have any recommendations? Like,
I need to know,
yeah.
does Royce try any of the moves on ladies at the bar?
Oh my god. Like, does he, like, try to use it as, like, to
Pick
hang
up
out
lines and moves, like
Oh,
learns
Use
moves.
what you learned in the Pied Piper and
'Cause I
Piper's
feel-
Pie.
I feel
Trying to think
like
of a romantic
I feel like
smut novel name.
trying it over and over again, that's actually where he would get his resolve from.
Yeah,
Like-
no, he's gonna take up some of these pickup lines that he's learning from like these smut novels, and like one day he's gonna go over to his favorite watering hole, him and Buddy. I don't know, maybe Ilya's with him, maybe Patches is with him, who knows? And he's gonna be like, watch this. You see that girl? Watch this. He's gonna kind of straighten. He's got his nice clothes on. Kind of like go over and lean against the bar and order himself a whiskey on the rocks. And he's gonna look over and he's like, "Oh, man, are you okay, miss? Are you hurt?"
I'm okay. Why?
It's just that, like, you know, I can't take that
I
All
was
right,
gonna say,
I took a
all-
liberty of being this woman.
serious. Let's do
You know, you guys don't need me. Have fun. I'm out.
it.
Go ahead. I just jumped in. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I like how you would do immediately what I would do and foil Royce at every possible turn. I think she just like turns in your direction and gives you that like eyebrow raise of like, I'm not sure what's going on, so I'm gonna see where this goes and not respond yet. Look.
Hold up a second. I need to just look some shit up. Like, cause I don't know how to actually flirt.
That's okay,
What?
neither does Royce.
What was the guy?
It's
You guys ever?
true.
This is
Without
never mind.
He's
knowing.
gonna
Sidetracked.
he's gonna look over at this lady and probably around his age, 19, 20 years old, and is like, "Hey, are you religious?
Mm,
Because I think you're an answer to my prayers."
I think her response
Should I roll
Is-
sway?
Sure. Sure.
Okay, I have one tick in sway, so it's just 1d6.
Yup.
Okay.
Maybe he...
No,
Nope.
May he rest in peace.
he's so bad at
Oh.
this. Just run away. Like.
Well, not only does she run away, but she gives him just a quick open like hand slap to his
Ugh.
face.
I'm gonna look over at Patches disappointed.
It's not gonna like it probably hurts his pride and stings
Yeah.
legitimately for a little bit.
Mhm.
But it won't be like it won't do any harm. I don't think she's actually that strong. Other
Mhm.
than she made like solid contact with your cheek.
Yeah.
And then she turns back to
Hurts your pride mostly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Turns and goes to the lady next to her, the younger 20-something-year-old female next to her, and goes, "Should we go get a booth?" And they walk off.
So
from
as
him.
soon as she walks away, because Royce is gonna it's because you know what? Here's the thing. Like this is the thing with guys. It's that they're just gonna keep trying until someone says yes. Like,
That's how he
so
gets
he's
his
gonna
extra
like
point.
he's gonna like rub his cheek and like look over at Patches and just be like, all right, whatever. She's fuck you, lady, and then go to like literally just kind of turn over and go, excuse me, miss. I was just wondering, could you grab my arm so I can tell my friends I've been touched by an angel?
Go ahead and roll sway again because this is just too much fun. Hey,
Not bad.
I think she maybe doesn't grab like. I'm trying to figure out what's the way to like have her touch him and not have it be super flirtatious. I don't think there really is a way.
Hesitantly, maybe?
Yeah, I think she like does the like she starts to reach out and then goes, "I'm not gonna touch that part. Maybe I'll just touch him on like the elbow, but this is really creepy and so Oh no, she'll reach out, or she'll start to reach out to your fingers, and then I think she just settles on the elbow, like.
He
You're
like
drinking at a bar, and you think somebody hitting on you is creepy, then you're in the wrong place.
Well, no, she was trying to respond in like the least flirtatious way.
like,
Sure.
and as soon as like
I
she
gotta get some more
is
coffee.
giving some
Grab
sort of positiveness, he's a bit like, hey, name's Royce. What's yours?
It is insert
Not
name
insert.
here. Yeah. That's a good answer. It's I'm engaged.
Well, you know what? That's okay. Thanks. I'm trying. All right. Since you're engaged and
That made me laugh out loud.
thus
I don't know
attached,
if you
thus he goes. All right. Well, since you're engaged and attached, maybe you can give me some advice because listen, he's gonna pull out like one of the novels. This is not working.
It's because she leans really close to,
Yeah, I
to
could use
Royce.
some legit tips from like an actual woman.
Don't use anything you've read in those novels. That's my legitimate advice.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Miss Engage. Soon to be Mrs. Engaged, right?
Hey!
Ah! He and Buddy
Yeah.
high five each other.
During this whole time, Ilya's just rolling her eyes or laughing because you could have gone to her the whole time where her job is being flirtatious, but instead you read a novel.
Hey,
And,
Patches
like,
is
not-
his best bro. Leave him alone. Yeah, no, he's gonna be like, all right, so next non-engaged. How should I approach a girl? Because I mean, and I'm gonna kind of like the only girl that I live with is like my sister, and
So-
I don't. You can't really talk to your sister about these kind of things, right?
Well, I mean, I suppose that depends on your relationship with her.
She's a bastard. Like, legitimately an illegitimate person. But she's also pretty cool. She took me to a brothel one time.
Then maybe she actually knows a thing about flirting, and you might actually want
Okay,
to
but
talk.
the people that she flirts with are, like, people that want something in... Is sure? Should I talk to her?
I mean, that's a better that. I mean, you can enjoy those novels. There's no judgment there.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
But
yeah.
maybe just having a conversation with a girl you have your eyes on, not starting with a
Oh, last time
like-
that happened, though, she got really scared. Like...
It's like, hey, my name's Royce. Can I get you a drink?
Oh,
Try that one next time.
okay. Thanks, Misengaged, and he's gonna kind of look around, and he's like, "Oh, do you have a friend here that's not engaged that I can talk to, or a sister?"
I think she'll point to your cheek. I think you might be like it might not be worth another strike.
I've had worse.
I
But thank you
think
for
you
your
can-
concern. He's gonna give her a little bit of money. Get your drink on me. You know, for being so helpful. And having a conversation
Thank-
with me like a normal person.
Hopefully you learned something.
I did. I learned a lot. I learned that this is like actual date conversation lines, not getting one. I don't know how to talk to women, but yeah.
That's obvious. You
Yeah.
didn't need to tell me.
I
um,
mean, yeah, but yeah. Thanks.
I think she will like move her hand like more to like his forearm and give it like a tight like pat and like you what almost like what you do to someone's
Misengagement. Behave yourself.
to someone's shoulder as a like a sign of like you got this. You seem like you
Yeah.
got a good head on your shoulders. Like, good luck, Royce.
Yeah.
And then
Thank
she
you,
lets go.
Thanks, engagement. He never got her names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she just
Oh yeah.
Who had, because I like to imagine that even in this fictitious world, they tip.
Yeah, no, I believe in it.
Otherwise, that would just be another soapbox for Royce to get on, and I don't need that.
It's true. Like, don't get him starting on like how much like tipping is actual bullshit, but a necessary evil.
But I need to take 2 seconds and run to the bathroom because I drank too much water.
Right.
So
we'll take these minutes to run an ad break because I also have to go to the bathroom. So
perfect timing.
Perfect timing, guys. Stick around for the next 60 seconds. We're just taking a quick bio. Okay. 59 seconds on ads.
I'll start a stopwatch.
Giraffes kissing. I'm assuming those are giraffes.
Well, looks like everyone has run off, but us too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to with downtime. Gonna try and reinstall, or not reinstall, install like some like bars on the windows or like locks on the doors or something. Now that we're getting some heat and whatnot.
Yeah, I believe having a secure hideout is one of the upgrade options for the crew, but you can also, it also says you can always take some of the upgrade options if you take, in-game effort towards them as well. So,
It's cool.
yeah, just having some locks, bars on the window. We don't want to attract too much attention.
Yeah, I feel like that wouldn't be too abnormal if you lived in a crappy part of town and you were trying to fix up an old house or something. You might install some bars on the bottom floor windows, keep people from breaking in. We live in like a old tower, maybe? I can't remember what our base was.
Townhouse.
A townhouse, okay. So not too shabby.
I brought a gift.
The gift that
What did
keeps
you
on
like?
goading.
Oh
my god!
There's a goat on screen right now.
When it makes its cute little noises.
Goat noises.
So adorable.
So my Dungeon World game, the one featuring evil demonic flesh-eating goats, finished yesterday. that my bard saved the world by basically the great evil was escaping, and I sang a lullaby in a forgotten tongue and put it back to sleep.
Nice. Very bardic way to handle it.
And this evil sort of red-black glow over all the ghosts' eyes, we saw like the final shot kind of panning out, seemed to fade away, like the evil influence over the ghosts was gone.
Well,
There's a goat.
There is a goat.
There's an actual goat.
I feel like, hey,
Goat
baby goat.
break.
Sorry, I've been drinking lots of water, and that's an unnecessary or a necessary consequence of doing so.
No,
Drinking
like,
lots of-
yeah.
Drinking lots of water is good for you. Never apologize for that.
Cool.
does the
Are we-
goat have a name?
This is Mina. She's
Mina.
a resident dream goat. I usually bring
Oh.
her on once a stream.
There you go.
She's so adorable. I want to pinch her cheek.
Stream goat, more like dream goat.
Hey.
Sorry. Yeah, she
Real
agrees.
quick, how many pips do I put in my resolve since that's what I was leveling up?
Just one
Just one.
Just
XP.
one.
Perfect. Thank you.
Any-
Sadly, not a full dot, just an XP, but
Bad Jamie.
Anyway, so Patches or Royst, do you know what you'd like to do as a downtime action?
Good Patches.
Royce, you still have one more. I can go ahead though, if you want to think about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I am going to work towards my clock that I started of homemaking, so that our house is clean and tidy and presentable, so that if we have job opportunities or guests come by, they will be it will make a good first impression. And I guess I need to roll something for that. I don't know.
Yes. You can explain to me what you're using.
Looking. Probably, I guess, study, maybe to. I'm reading the Art of Feng Shui.
Yes, I would say that that is appropriate.
Ooh, Feng Shui.
Yeah. Yeah, it's maybe it's not called that. It's you know, in this world, but I'm reading some interior design books, and I'll make a study roll. Is that
Mhm.
a fortune roll, or is it control?
Yeah, it's just a fortune roll. How many ever d6?
Just the one.
It's a
It's
four.
a 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
It's
forgot I'm
okay.
not supposed to do that. It's a 4 though. Yeah.
Okay, so that is 2 pips. Does he put into practice or try to put into practice anything he's read?
Yes, and that will complete my clock because it was
Okay.
only 4.
Cool. So as you're like rearranging the furniture to try to get everything in the right alignment, you actually find a well, that one worked. Why doesn't the other rolls work? Sorry. Sorry. You actually find this kind of ornate tin that seems to have been hidden like behind a couch or like a table somewhere, a piece of furniture in the house.
Nice, like an old antique piece of furniture or something.
Well, no, it's behind like one of the old antique pieces of furniture.
Oh,
it looks like,
okay.
and when you pick up the tin, it feels as if there is something inside of it.
I will carefully open it and examine the interior.
Yes, so it seems to look like black pepper. That's all you can tell about it at the moment.
Okay, cool. I might show it to the doctor later. I'm gonna put that on my notes, and I guess for my other downtime thing, I wanted to work towards acquiring a I think it would be a upgrade. I don't know if it would be considered a long-term project or what, but I basically just want to start installing like new locks on the doors and like maybe bars on the bottom floor windows. Just kind of trying to make the house a little bit less vulnerable to other gang members if they were to try to like come in here and beat us up or run us off of our turf.
Cool.
I might not be able to do that right now. That's okay. Um,
I'm just trying to think here.
crew upgrade on a long-term project.
I just want to see if that's an upgrade for the crew.
It
Ooh.
is secure is a possible crew upgrade. Normally, you can get crew upgrades when you get crew XP. You could also justify doing them with long-term projects or through other fictional means. Like, say the crew doesn't have a carriage and then they steal a carriage, then you would take it off. So, some upgrades you obviously you wouldn't be able to like long-term.
I feel like though between like your homemaking expertise now and Biscuit's not that he didn't have expertise before, but now has extra expertise. But also with like Biscuit's tinkering, you probably can do it, but I think it has to be something that takes you time to do, because I'm imagining even if it's a small mansion, there's probably plenty of windows, plenty of doors that you have to get locks for, like things that would take you a little bit of time. I would say it is probably a 6 o'clock to make this improvement to the hideout.
Okay. Sounds good. Do I need to go ahead and make a roll?
Yes.
Secure hideout. All right. In that case, I'm going to consort with some of my old contacts from back when I used to work in the in Royce's family's estate.
Your butler buddies?
Well, just see if I can get in contact with who
Oh.
did the security, like
Oh.
who the locksmith or whatever
Okay.
for that estate.
Seems fair.
And that would be consort. So it's gonna be 2. I won't use the thing this time. Let's see, r/226, and so it's not gonna be the sum of this. It's gonna be the separate
Right.
ones.
Correct. Ooh.
Hot dog.
So, yeah.
Or 3 ticks.
Yeah, so you get like halfway done. You've talked to several locksmiths and blacksmiths, because someone needs to make the iron to go across the windows, and they've come and they've taken dimensions of the windows so they can make the bars and reinforce them, and procure better locks for you. But it's just going to take them a little bit more time to actually get all of the materials made and to you.
Cool.
Yes.
Awesome. 3 steps closer. That's me.
Damn. Well done.
Royce,
Am I the only one with anything left, or?
unless someone wants to use coins for another action, the answer to your question is yes.
Ooh, okay. I think Royce needs to find a long-term project first of all.
Did you finish the one with Buddy?
Yeah,
in the
'cause-
harness?
Yeah,
Okay.
we got his harness. So I think maybe he might go see his mom. Maybe indulge a little bit in his vice.
Yeah,
Getting
clean
pampered. Yeah, getting pampered by his mom.
Chambers.
Changing my
I've-
vice to smut novels.
Like Royce's vice is being babied by his mom. So it's technically luxury, so it's going back home and not being in this like rundown inherited townhouse. Like, you know, go and get a proper home cooked meal. Sorry, Patches.
They
you know,
say,
go and see
say
his
nothing
mom,
is
who we all know is like apparently Jewish. Like,
yeah, I've lost the accent. I can't do it at the moment. She's started to become southern now. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Hey, Mom! Buddy and I are home. You home?
you should really come by more often.
I know, Mom. Sorry about that. I've been really busy with my schooling.
Royce, there's no need to lie to me. I know you don't do schooling.
Yeah,
School
I
hard
would like to
job.
point out that Patches has given me some excellent, well, I thought at first they were excellent research material, but it turns out, Ma, listen. And he's gonna, like, sit down, and I'm assuming, like, coffee just appears in front of him.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like-
and probably like sweet pastries, just like magically.
Oh,
like,
yeah, some eclairs. Let's do this. Ma, listen. Patches is into some weird shit. Like, I think now we know. Like, at first, I thought Patches.
Don't kink
just-
shame me.
Here's the thing, Mom. At first, I thought Patches just wasn't into girls at all, but that's not the case. Not the case, Mom. He just doesn't know how to talk to women, and I'm gonna put like one of these novels like on the table. It's like, this is how he learned how to like flirt, Mom, and I can tell you, it doesn't work.
Honey, we used to talk about these novels in the kitchen. This is why I kept you out of here for so long.
You and Patches are in a book club together, and you didn't tell me?
Well, of course. Patches comes and visits every Wednesday for book club.
And this is what you read?
Well, we all know your dad's busy. You know, I love.
Ma! So wait a second, Ma. Are you telling me that So should I be using the stuff in these books for girls or not? Like
Oh, absolutely not. But that doesn't
Oh.
mean that they're not fun to read and pretend.
listen, pretending is not gonna get me a girlfriend though.
Oh, I know. I've kind of given up all hope on you ever getting married. Apparently now she's from the UP.
Mom,
Huh.
I'm only 19. Like, don't give up on me yet. I mean, I'm just.
I mean, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah,
What is this accent? She's
I don't know, Mom. I don't like, Mom. Are you really like a secret agent, and you don't actually like? You're just not really. You're from like a far off place, but you keep forgetting what place you're from. So.
Well, I was studying to do some acting. Now that you're out of the house and your sister's out of the house. And-
You're going. You going into theater?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Good job. This is really good bear claw. You knocked me
Right.
dead, Mom.
Are you embarrassed by me? Have I shared too much information with you?
I mean, Mom, you're my mom, and I love you, but I'm always gonna be embarrassed by you.
Well, that's fair. I remember being always embarrassed by my mother.
Graham, I miss her.
How about that Costa lady? I think you guys would make a cute couple.
She's like 10 years older than me. I don't know if things still work for her.
Whoa, so. Oh dear.
I think she's too old. Like.
Oh dear, and this is why you are bound to be wifeless forever. Oh dear, I have failed you in your education.
I mean, you're the one who hired Patches, so maybe, like...
I
You
just
for hiring
wanted
a
to.
gay tutor.
Which, by the way, apparently it's... I would hopefully like to think that maybe it is Wednesday, and maybe Book Club will meet up at some point.
I just walk in with like a bundle of novels under my arm.
Oh,
like,
hey!
weird seeing you here.
It's my house, Patches.
I mean, no, I live at your house.
Listen, I understand.
Part of being a grown adult is to not refer to your parents' house as your house anymore, Royce.
It's always gonna be my home, though, man. Like, you can't say that it's not. By the way, I know you meet here with my mom for book club, and I am very sad that I have not been invited. Okay, see? The goat agrees!
The goat agrees with everybody.
Whoa, there's a goat in here. Mom, where did you get this goat?
Oh, I've started raising goats to pull carriages as well.
Oh.
I've been very busy since you've been out of the house.
You know what? I'm very proud of you, Mom. You sound like, you give me hope for my future. It's never, no matter how old you get, you never have to stop growing.
It's important to have hobbies.
Yeah, it's important to have hobbies beyond guns and smut novels.
Who cares if me and Dr. Biscuits and Ilya and Conan and all the other people that are NPCs in this game meet up on Wednesday nights to have a book club without you?
And suddenly Ilya comes in with a book in her hand.
Whoa!
Even Buddy's there, like, with a book. Like,
Buddy pulls one out of his satchel.
I wanted to take it to a different place really quick.
I'm on board. This is okay by me.
Like, Royce just looks around and it's like, is anybody in this book, is everyone in town in this book club except for me? Like...
Just the important people.
Dr. Biscuits is definitely not saying anything at this point.
But he's not denying, you're not denying he's there. Okay.
I'm beginning to like the idea of everybody that Royce knows is in this book club except Royce.
Oh man, especially the Taylor's daughter.
Oh my god. Sarah comes in, that's the leather worker's daughter. As well as Misengaged. She's not married yet. Just
So
saying.
She's misengaged.
Yeah, she's misengaged, not Mrs. Engaged.
Sounds like one word. Like
Yes.
misengaged.
Okay,
Yep.
so hold up, time out.
The name
This
of a
is where
romantic
Royce,
comedy.
This is where Royce has questions. Is I'm gonna look over at Patches, and I'm gonna point to Misengaged. You knew her, and you still let me talk to her. So wait a second.
No, this is I invited her after you met at the bar. So, you know,
So
trying to get new
she
members.
knows where these pickup lines came from because she's
Oh,
read these books.
no. She's just a new member, so
Okay,
we're gonna get her started soon
so
on these
I guess since
this one.
I'm not in this book club, I'll just take my pastry and I'll go, and I'm gonna look at Buddy just
I think that's
utterly
for the best.
betrayed. Utterly betrayed. As I leave everyone to their book clubs, I don't know if this even counts as indulging in my vice, because I don't feel like...
I will leave that up to you.
I mean, we can retcon the whole thing. It doesn't matter. I was just messing
Or
around.
can I just add that instead? No, please don't retcon that. It was fucking beautiful. Instead, can I put that as more to like my attune, like social leveling up? Can I put another blip in that instead?
Yes.
Okay.
I would give you that one.
All right, I'm down.
Since
Like,
I kind of hijacked your
no, like that was the best thing that's ever happened in this campaign. Thank you.
Well, no, the goat hijacking is the best
Oh,
thing.
okay,
that
the goat
was
hijacking,
second to
second
that.
best thing. So,
Yeah.
so Royce is gonna like leave utterly defeated and destroyed because he likes books.
I feel so bad that I seemingly foil Royce at every single turn.
Don't feel bad.
I,
See, that was even a sad goat bleat for Royce.
He will go back to his townhouse and think to himself, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna start my own. No, I'm not gonna start my own book club. And he thinks for a second, and he goes through like his bullshit in his room, and he pulls out a dusty journal that he's never written in before. He goes, I'm gonna write a book.
I I see
Oh.
this being a
Pivotal moment.
long-term project right now.
And he is going to write a smut novel
I really want
under
to.
an alias. But that's what.
Are you gonna do? Is it gonna be under RC Cola?
Yes.
It's the adventures of R.C. Cola and the leather worker's daughter.
Yes.
Oh,
Just-
I love this.
He's
I
gonna.
really want this to be a
he's
thing
gonna-
now.
It's no. It's definitely a thing now. It's like, and when they love this book, and they're gonna want his autograph, he's gonna be like, you know what? No. Or he's even gonna say yes. He's talking to himself while he's doing this. He goes, yes. Just
The
rub
passion
it
of
in their
leather.
faces. And he's gonna open the journal and get out his quill, dip it in the ink. Oh, it's dry. Dip it in the ink. And it's gonna go, once upon a time, there was a man named Buddy.
You hear a knock at the door. No.
What?
I just felt bad about earlier. I made you some dinner. Your favorite chicken tendies and French fries. I'm just gonna leave it by the door.
As a grown man, I would like a full chicken breast, please, and thank you, and potato wedges.
The only person in this house that cooks.
Next time, as
You
I
take
like
these
open the
tendies
door and I
and
take
shove 'em
like
up your
the
ass.
chicken, as I take the chicken tendies and I look at Patches and I just smile and I'm just like, it's all right, man. I don't need your club.
Tried to tell them that you could read. I'm sorry.
Oh, I can do more than read, and I'm gonna prove it. And take my tray of chicken tendies and French fries, and I'm gonna begin
I'm
my
gonna turn around
long-term project.
and think to myself, that was ominous, and I'm sure it won't come back to bite me in the ass.
And it comes back and bites you in the ass. But yeah.
I'm gonna make the best smut novel that you've ever read, Patches.
I am here for this. This is
But
This is
anyway,
the
that'll
best.
be the next downtime that I'll start clicking off clocks for that. But yeah.
because I just imagine it. Well, we could discuss this later,
Mhm.
but it's gonna seem very not well. Never mind. We'll see how it goes.
I'm saving all of my criticals for it.
The Leather Worker's Passion by R.C. Cola.
Oh man. Yes,
Exactly.
I know.
We're ridiculous. I was talking about in-game and out-of-game shenanigans. I know.
These are these shenanigans. This is not the
cool.
direction that I thought that this game was gonna go, but I'm not sad about it.
You know, to steal a term from another game, from Shadowrun, apparently I was destined to run Pink Mohawk Blades in the Dark, because that's what this has become, just utterly shenanigans filled.
Yep, shenanigans filled.
Shenanigans, donate $5 to give Ilya a goat.
Oh no. You
I'm
already
just
have
gonna
a goat.
say,
I'm actually playing in the Shadowrun game using the Blaze in the Dark system, and the group consists of a Decker, a Technomancer, and my character, an anarchist, anti-fa, hover skateboarding punk.
Well, there we go.
And so it's like I do everything so that these two nerds can back me up.
There you go.
Perfect. Anyway,
I
I think that
so,
concludes our downtime.
Yup.
Cool.
So there a couple of days pass.
Yes, my neck.
And you actually get a knock on your door.
Ooh, I know what that means.
Wow, this store seems to knock a lot. Have we been handing out business cards or something?
I think we're just popular now because we've been doing so good. Like, we all just kind of wait and expect Patches, I'm assuming, to open the door because that's his job.
I'll answer the door. Hello.
You see the same hooded female figure from before. And she
Our whisper friend?
yes,
Okay.
it's your whisper friend. And she
Would you
she
like to
walks
come in?
in. Good afternoon, Patches. Thank you for not leaving me outside. Appreciate you, pal. I just wanted to come and thank the group for all of your hard work. I know we've already paid you, but if you're in need of any services, consider me. Consider that you have a well, you've done a favor for me, and I'm more than happy to do a favor for you without an expectation of anything in return.
Oh.
Well, that's awfully kind of you.
Because if, to be completely honest with you, I didn't expect that ritual to work, and I kind of expected the spirit to be her demise. So,
Well, if there's ever any more jobs you need us to do, or you need done, please come to us first. Be happy to help.
of course, we may have more spirit related things that we might need help with in the future. And since you seem to know how to handle moving goods and people about, I will be more than happy to think of you and recommend you if someone were to ask for less than legal means of doing things.
Hey, that's our favorite way of doing things, as I call out from the kitchen. By the way, we never caught your name!
I gave you my name. Do you want to talk to me like? Never mind. It's Ramira.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
that's right, Ramira. That's right.
Her
Sorry.
sister. I don't have her sister's name written down.
That's because the sister never got a name other than sister.
Her
Sister.
name is Larira. Wait, no.
No, I'm going to use storyteller veto and
Lucille.
no.
Her name's Lucille.
No. She needs a
Yes.
better
Cecilia.
name than that.
Lucille's a great name.
Bethany. I don't know,
Taylor
I just feel
May.
like
I
saying
think she's
Bethany.
just gonna stay
Crystal.
the sister unless she becomes an important NPC again.
Fair.
Yeah, I just you don't need me right now.
Well, we don't really have any spiritual problems at the moment.
Well, I can tell you that that's probably for the better.
Ramira, I could use your help.
What is it, Royce?
I need to, You're not a part of a book club, are you?
Actually, your mom hosts a really nice one.
Oh, man, never mind. Never mind. I need to find somebody who's not in this goddamn club as I'm, like, over my notebook, like, scribbling in it. Like,
Is that a problem? Your mother's a nice lady.
yeah, she's super nice.
I'm sensing a little hostility from you, Royce. Did she upset you recently?
No.
I'm like, drop it.
Oh, I didn't know that the book club was a sticking sticking point with him. Words are becoming difficult for me. Well, then I must be on my way. I have a couple of people to tend to and rituals to do. But she gives you basically what would be like the equivalent of like Victorian calling card. Like, I'm at such and such place. Like, this is how you get a hold of me, kind of a thing.
I want to watch out the window she leaves, make sure nobody follows her. In case, because the last person one of the people we were in contact with got mugged recently. Just saying.
Okay. You don't see anything. Um,
Good.
and speaking of person who got mugged, there's another knock on the door. Probably a couple hours after Ramira leaves.
What? What time is it? I like fell asleep at the kitchen table.
It's like probably 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
I would like to answer this door. Maybe Patches. Oh shit, he's in the bathroom. All right, I got it, guys. And I would like to answer the door, and I guess I'm seeing my friend.
Yes, and Betty is in tow because
Yeah.
Betty's in tow. That's her.
Hasta, you all right?
No, the blue
Come in.
coats came. She'll walk in.
Yeah.
The blue coats came looking for information on you guys. Thought you should know.
They did this to you?
I wouldn't give them the information they wanted, Royce. So yes, been
Garbage.
seeing a psyker, but they can only do so much work so quickly.
What do I say? Dr. Biscuits! Biscuits! Biscuits!
Sure, Dr. Biscuits come, but not from the basement for once. Actually, basically wherever Ilya is hanging out,
Okay.
because he was doing the final fitting of her new dart launcher.
I feel like Dr. Biscuits and Ilya will both walk through another secret passage that no one but them know about.
I am
She's
all here for this.
Installing things inside my house, man. Hey, could
Adam's
you...
family house.
Cassie, if you don't mind, he is a doctor. He can look over you.
I mean, I suppose you should ask him if he doesn't mind helping me out, but like, I'm seeing someone. I don't know how much more he can do at the moment.
Oh, I just... Yeah, you're my friend, and I feel bad that... I mean, I'm so mad! Why would they...
Oh my. Bruises and contusions.
Her eyes, like one of her eyes is probably like black, like the deep blacky purple, like swollen shut that you see like MMA fighters have.
Why'd they, like... Do you know what led them to you to talk about us?
I mean, we have had contact in the last little bit, and I'm probably risking a whole lot by coming here to tell you this.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably should be distancing myself from you, but like, you keeping your head down?
I mean, we don't try to make too much trouble. We've just been kind of hanging out at... Well, I didn't see you at my mom's book club, so hopefully you're not a part
Well,
of it.
I didn't want to scare your mother, so I didn't go to last week's book club.
Christ.
I feel like she would worry about me if, as
Yeah,
much
yeah,
as she'd
no,
worry about
yeah,
you
yeah,
if
she
you
might.
showed up at her house that way.
Yeah, I guess
I just
so.
didn't want to deal with Jewish mom
It's true.
mothering.
I know. I mean, it's what she does. You see, here's the thing that I find that's hilarious out of characterly. Royce is based a little bit off of like that neurotic young Shia LaBeouf cast type that he had in his early career, like Transformer
Hannibal.
Shia LaBeouf.
Pre-cannibal.
Yeah, pre-cannibal Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf is like half Cajun and half Jewish, so I'm like down for this. Like,
I didn't pick
and Jewish on his mom's
purposely.
side, so I'm down for this. Like, so I'm gonna like kind of like guide her to the table to like have her sit down. It's like, you could have just sent Betty if you were gonna risk yourself coming here.
It's fine. I felt like it was important. More important. And also I've been keeping a closer eye on Betty because of Buddy Betty shenanigans.
Oh man, her belly is big. I bet there's a lot of babies coming out of there. By the way, this is for you, and I'm gonna give her the coin that was given for Buddy for his babies.
Oh, you didn't have to, but thank you. I wasn't expecting this.
I mean, this is our family. Like, we're grandparents, so
Yeah, that makes your mom a great grandma, I guess. if you
yeah,
want.
like these are our babies are having babies. I mean, okay, we're getting off track. We're getting off track.
We're gonna have to figure like how to co-grandparent.
Yeah, right. You might just have to move in. So
Not happening.
man, I tried. So what did they ask you?
They wanted to know what you guys were up to, and honestly, I didn't exactly have any information to tell them anyway, so it wasn't so much I was keeping quiet, other than
Mhm.
I
Did they
didn't-
specifically ask us by name?
well, they seem to have heard rumors of the drafters.
Royce can't help but smirk a little bit, but at the same time, like, his friend is also beat up, so he's gonna try to lay low on it. But there's like an inner pride that's kind of warming up in him.
It's okay to be proud of your accomplishments,
Mhm.
even when they get your friends beat up.
I mean, he did want to become, popular, so.
This is what happens when you become a criminal. People around you get hurt. You ready to deal with this for the rest of your life, Royce?
I mean,
I don't think they have much more right now than your name.
they have, like, the group's name
Not
or
your
a
name,
Oh,
the group
okay.
name.
Okay. Cool.
I fear if maybe you shouldn't try to make a name for yourself.
I mean, how are we supposed to work if we don't have, like, a name?
I mean, maybe you get real job. You could probably be a pretty good bounty hunter if you wanted to be, Royce. I've seen you shoot things.
Right, but how am I supposed to, like, help the disparity and inequality of this in this city? Actually, what if
You're welcome
that
to stay
was-
here if you need protection. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Royce.
No, that's fine because he was in, like, halfway in the middle of thinking.
Well, I'm fine. I'll be okay. I just am gonna have to lay low and not do any bounty hunting anytime soon. It's kind of hard. My
So
depth
there's
per-
a void in your clientele.
Yes.
Right. Guys, huddle. What if we use this as a front? To, like,
I'm
we
sitting
do-
right here.
you're part of the huddle. It's like, listen.
I thought
like,
you had to cut her out
just
of the huddle.
listen to me, guys. Like, listen to me here. Like, what if we run two businesses? And it gives us like an N, and it gives us more information. What if we become bounty hunters to sort of give a better representation, a legal representation of who we are, to cover up the less legal side, but clearly more effective and more just-filled version of ourselves.
I run a legitimate business.
Oh no, we're not gonna. I was gonna start my own business, and just have you recommend clients to me, that while you can't work.
This is between you two.
I'm
Patch
asking
is like,
for the entire crew's opinion on this, of course. Like, feel free
I
to
mean,
out of characterly
It
shut
could
him
be
down.
a good front
Yeah.
if we were to actually become bounty hunters. I feel like that would be a shift towards a different crew type,
Yeah.
because I feel like, that's not going to be smuggling stuff. That's more like going and
Mhm.
capturing or
Bravos.
yeah.
if we were going to be bounty hunters, we would need code names like Cat the Bounty Hunter.
I mean, here's the
Oh,
thing,
and
like,
Buddy can be Otter the Bounty Hunter.
Well, that's hard. What about my otter? Is she Lady Otter the bounty hunter?
she's Betty Boop, the bounty hunter.
Oh, but see, and then when we capture people, it's like we could say, "You thought you'd get away, but you Otter know."
You know, our playbook names would be really good code names.
Yo, RC Cola.
Sarah
that.
here is vigorously smacking my hand for making those Otter puns.
Oh, I'm just saying, here's the thing. It's more of like, we don't all have to be bounty hunters. I'm just saying, maybe on the side, I take one of these jobs to help my girl out here. And it puts a good thing on me so that whenever people are like, you know what? I think Royce and his weird friends are the drafters. People are like, not Royce. He is an upstanding bounty hunting citizen. So that way,
I mean,
but
Seems like a good cover.
you know, that's up to you guys. It's, I mean, you're my friend and sister and doctor, so it's an idea. But I mean, and then all of a sudden something occurs to him. Oh shit!
Yes.
We still have all of that stuff in our boathouse
Yes.
that belongs. We need to. Shit, we need. Do they know that we have a boat? The Bluecoats.
I mean, they didn't have much information on you other than your name. They were trying to get stuff out of me other than your names. I didn't really have anything to give to them anyway. And this is how I ended up.
Royce is getting his stuff. I'm gonna go check on the boathouse. We haven't been there in a while. I just want to make sure, cause, like, technically we're still in the middle of that job, and we. Oh my god! How could we be so dumb? He's freaking out. Leave him alone.
It's during this freak out that there is another knock on the door.
Why are
'Cause
so
I-
many people coming to my house?
That was loud enough that the person on the other side of my desk could hear you clearly through my headphones.
I feel like this time Ilya might open the door just because she has some connections and it could be one of hers, could not.
Okay.
It is not, but that would be hilarious if yet another NPC came. This
They were
NPC,
also in the book club.
all of the NPCs, all of the named NPCs are in that book club.
As soon as they get a name, they're in the book club.
It's like the rite of passage for being in the book club. This is actually someone who is a little bit more muscular, but still on the like more slender side. They appear to be like a runner of some sort. I have a note here for you guys.
Oh yeah.
A note. Excellent.
Yes, and he pulls a paper like out of a satchel at his side. And just so you guys know, like his like upper arms are like the size of a small tree instead of like 40 inches around like some of the other bill hooks you've seen or other gang members you've seen from Corin's gang. And he hands it to Ilya. And I think he's kind of also awkward around girls. And
Seems to be a theme.
yes. And he probably started blushing because he expected Patches at the door, or was told that it would probably be the butler at the door, and you see him like hand it to you. As soon as you take it, he turns and runs.
Hi, my name is Val. I pee a lot.
Yeah, you don't
Hi,
need to be
Val.
intimidating.
Oh,
You don't need to be scary to intimidate somebody in running away. You just have to be pretty.
it's basically, I made a Bill Hook NPC that's like Royce. Very awkward, and Ilya opened the door.
Oh.
And
They
has
feel
already
like
ran
they're
off.
done.
Basically, this is a note from Corin stating that he would like with a map, also a map. He would like to finish the earlier score, and he gives you a map of the route to take by water, so that maybe you'll be last seen by the other half of his gang.
Mm-hmm.
Is the gist of it.
So we do need to go to the boathouse and get that stuff.
Try and deal now with the bill hooks versus the hook bills.
The hook bills are birds.
They're terrifying.
Terrifying is harpy eagles.
Let's see.
What's terrifying are magpies during breeding season.
You better not have shiny things.
Do we do a isn't there like a pre-job thing we do? Prep phase or something?
Yes. Well, you have your engagement roll. If there's anything else you would like to prepare prior to actually going and doing the thing, now would be the time to do those things. And inform me of what you would like to do.
I'm just gonna take a heavy load for sure. Get all my shit together. And also be completely surprised that, as if on cue, that the Duskfall gods brought this upon us. And
Well, you started freaking out about it. It was going to happen eventually.
I know. like as he was freaking out about it, like that's like the thing that kind of creeps him out, and he's gonna like look over at everyone after he learns that it's like, yo, are we being watched? Like,
Speak of the devil and he will appear.
Costa looks at you like you know actual devils exist, right? Like, you ought to be careful.
Oh yeah, I can talk to them now. Interesting story about that.
Whoa, what? How do you what? How do you know?
About it.
I feel like this is a story for another time. I'm gonna take my leave.
Let me walk you out, Castus.
Patty.
Yeah, I'll be back, guys.
Betty kind of like does the like quick otter run, like does figure eights around her legs, like the dogs can do.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna walk out with Cassie and kind of like walk down the street with her. Like, first of all, just like continue to profusely apologize to her, for what's happened, and just be like, hey, thanks for not giving us up, though. I know that puts you at a really high risk because you're.
I'm not
legitimate.
particularly fans with any of the faction. Well, very few of the factions in the city because of my line of work.
Well, I'm your fan.
I know you are.
Because, I mean, here's the thing. Just because you're a good guy, we're also good guys. At least I like to think we are. I mean, I want to be. But this place is dirty and corrupt, even within the law and who has the money is. Just because it's lawful doesn't mean that it's right. Or good. And I just want to make sure that the good and benefits us all and not just, people like my family.
And I'm just here to make sure he does not get himself into too much trouble.
Look, it's fine. Like, just be careful. I care about you, and I would hate to see something happen to you and your mom be heartbroken. I know I come out off like a prickly porcupine sometimes, but
It's okay. I'm putting my hand on her shoulder, and it's like,
ow. Sorry.
his other. I'm sorry. Sorry. I was about to say that you may be a porcupine. I should be the one saying ow. But you're our porcupine, Costa. You're our porcupine. My favorite.
Like
My favorite porcupine I've ever met. Your quills can stick me anytime.
Whoa. She turns back
Like he has like he doesn't realize that is any kind of innuendo-ish. He's just trying to be reassuring and sweet.
I understand what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
I think she turns to look at you, and just has this like she'll do that that pat on the shoulder that we talked about earlier, but it based on her build, like you'd expect it to be more of a more firm than it is.
Mm-hmm.
But even several days after she got beat up, she's still in pretty rough shape. Look, I know you mean well, and you never would want me to be wrapped up in this.
No.
But if it wouldn't have been the Blue Coats, it could have just as been easily someone else that I took one of their members, high-ranking members, and locked them up, and that was that. So it's fine. It's a job hazard.
Yeah. Hey, if you ever need a job done.
Yeah, I know. Come to you first.
Hey. Thanks, Spikey.
At least you didn't call me Knuckles.
Poor Sonic.
He's a hedgehog, though, not a porcupine.
It's okay. Same family.
And
That
she
sounds
and
like-
Betty walk off.
I'll be sure to give her various concoctions for the bruising, for the pain. Cute little things here and there.
Cool. She would have taken them from you.
He is a doctor.
Yep. I just said she took them. I didn't say she was actually going to take them.
She just took them from
She
you.
took the physical objects from him. All right. Prep for the mission. In case I didn't make this clear, this place where they want you to take it is completely reachable by canals and docks in the city or through the city. So there's no here move things by land from point A to point B, and from B to C this is by water.
All right, completely by water. Cool.
Mm-hmm. They learned from the first time that water is better.
All right. So is that an engagement roll?
Well, any preparations you want to make now to make your life easier?
Not that I can think of on my end.
I'm just thinking about load, and I think that's it.
I think Ilya might just go to her sailor friends and ask them if they know who's going to be traveling the water along their route when,
Okay.
to see if they have to hide from anyone.
Mhm.
Cool. Go ahead and make me a roll.
Okay. This is definitely consort, so 2d6.
Nobody has. None of your dock working friends have information as to like the shipping routes and who's expected where when readily available for you to have at the moment.
Alright. Okay. Well, I did my part.
Dr. Biscuits, are you concocting concoctions? Easy for me to say. That was poor word choice.
Mhm.
Or is there anything you'd like to do?
I nothing out of the ordinary prepare. Yeah, I've concocted concoctions and brews, and we finished this dart launcher for Ilya. Maybe this time we won't have her drive the boat.
Yeah, unfortunately there was no boating lessons for you. Yep, that might not be a bad idea. Cool. Who is feeling lucky enough to do their engagement roll?
I'll do it.
Based on my last roll, not me.
I'll do it. How many d6?
Oh, that's a good question.
Mhm.
There's rules and things for this. Shoot. I am not in my cheat sheet. Did I put it in the cheat sheets on here? Because that would be cool. Score! Okay, so you get 1 die simply for existing. Um, I think I'm going to give you give you 2 die
Okay.
or dice.
Nice. I got a 6.
Well, then you guys are completely in control.
Yep.
Cool. So you guys are headed to
Our boathouse. Yeah.
and I think that's where we will actually take a step back.
Mhm.
But I do just want to pull the camera back for a minute
Mhm.
and this particular warehouse that you guys are headed to is if you could kind of attune to the ghost field, you see spirits flying in and out of it, and the looks like you're gonna have more to contend with than just simply dropping goods off. And that's where our episode today will fade to black because we actually still do XP for the crew and for everyone. I'm gonna need to make some notes for myself, which is fine. I can do that while you all are doing your XP.
All right.
There was no score today, and it was an amazing session. I loved it.
Absolutely.
I agree. I was gonna say my next downtime project is gonna be a photon pack from Ghostbusters.
All right.
Oh, dang.
Mm.
I mean, that's definitely way more than the anti-ghost gear they've already got. Whisper can get basically like an electrified, like dog catcher hook.
That's cool.
Because apparently electricity works on ghosts.
I was just joking, but
That's
yeah, I would imagine that
cool.
like there is some equivalent of like ghost fighting gear if for the Whisper or something.
That's what the lightning hook was that Ramira had.
Right.
But
Um,
proton pack would be so much cooler.
Mhm.
yeah, I think that is beyond the scope of the technology in this game, so I'm going to say no.
Hey man, I've seen some crazy steampunk stuff.
I know, but I've we've had a lot of latitude with a lot of things, and I'm going to say
I got you got to draw the line somewhere. I understand.
Yeah.
Ooh, an electrified net launcher. So you can
I might
actually-
let that happen.
so you
Like
can
that
actually-
seems presumable.
So you can actually net ghosts. Ooh. And spirit bottles are already a thing, so ghost traps basically already exist.
And guys, I can now try to convince ghosts to just leave us alone.
Nice.
Keyword being you can try.
Although you get potency on that, which usually translates to a higher effect. So
True, but you still have to roll.
yeah,
It's not an automatic.
Yeah, I have to have a good roll.
Mm.
Which, let's be honest, how many times do I actually do get a good roll?
I would like to point out, Sarah, that you have 3 auto crits right now.
Oh,
Yeah, you
You have 3 and you have 2 reroll options. So, you might be, like, you have 3 guaranteed good rolls at your disposal.
that might be an appropriate time to use one of those.
Yeah,
I mean, totally not the appropriate time to use those.
use your ghost whisperer power just to go, ghost, go away, haunt again another day.
Go over there.
Oh man. As far as my XP goes, I definitely did not solve any challenge with tracking or violence this session.
didn't
Unless that, me tracking down the honeys is at bars is
No.
part of that. But I
No.
don't think that's true. I would say that I did express my beliefs to Drive's heritage and background.
Yes.
Especially when Costa was around. One, I was sure to make sure her and Betty were taken care of. But also, like, with the whole, like, hey, like, I understand your concern, but I'm a good guy. I don't think I
I'll give you 2. I would say that's
Yeah?
2 like distinct like oh yeah, no, I'll give you 2. I think there were a couple of times that Royce was like, come on, like we're really kind of 2 sides of the same coin.
Yeah. And as far as struggling with issues from my vice or traumas, listen, I'm just gonna point this out.
Mhm.
That book club thing, I think, was struggling with the vice because I went there to hang out with my mom, and apparently I went on the wrong day because I didn't get to indulge in my vice because everybody was meeting on book club.
I think that's legit. I need to
I
indulge
think-
my vice. No.
I think technically that's supposed to be more of like you overindulge and get an XP, but I will give that one to you.
Yo, that's playbook advancement. I got it.
wondering
You
how
had a new
this
special
happened.
ability.
I do.
Now I'm just trying to think of how Ilya got in there because it was already stated before that Royce's mom does not like Ilya just because she is a bastard from the father.
Oh, I just feel like you know where the secret passages are, so you somehow get in the front door and just sneak in, or are like lurking in the corner where no one can see you.
I feel like Ilya has to be there because like Royce, their dad is just is always just like at like his mom, like Royce's mom, and it's just sort of like, hey, like, I know you don't like her, but she is the only daughter. I had 10 boys. Like, you know, I really just want you guys to have a healthy relationship.
Well, maybe she doesn't like you personally, but everybody's welcome at the book club.
Yeah, I don't think she discriminates at the book club.
Yeah, sure.
Unless your name is Royce.
Apparently.
And actually, I don't think you asked, "Can I be in the book club, Mom?" You got angry
No.
because you weren't already invited. But now I like the smut novel writing Royce.
Oh yeah, this
That
is
was
his
an
long-term
outcome.
project now.
Yep.
I hope like Patches finds it and like secretly looks inside of it at some point and leaves notes. Or just like hints during breakfast. But you know what would be a great idea?
It's not gonna be notes. It's gonna be a bunch of red pen where it's like, this is wrong. This is wrong.
You spelt that word wrong, Royce.
Like notes, but like not the kind of notes you want. Like teacher grading and assignment notes.
Yeah.
Royce,
Same.
anatomy doesn't work like that.
I feel
Royce
like,
wouldn't know.
yeah,
He
same. I
wouldn't
feel
know,
like
he's a
Ilya would
virgin.
go in and just fix all the mistakes in the smutty parts.
Yeah, Ilya,
You have to lock that thing away, Royce.
I wonder whether or not what he'd produce would be a perfect candidate for a collection of men writing women badly.
Like honestly, I just imagine that like I'm just gonna go back to when I was 18 years old, before I knew how things worked. I'm a late bloomer. And just rereading my Inuyasha fanfiction on fanfiction.com.
Oh my God, that's what you can write.
Yeah, no, totally. He's just gonna he's gonna write like fanfiction. But like just but here's the thing, he's gonna write fanfics from like his favorite like actual story, but just change the names like in Twilight to make it like it's like the Twilight version, but he's essentially just gonna write 50 Shades of Grey. Like, but
That's what 50 Shades was.
that's
Twilight
exactly
fanfic
what
with
50 Shades
changed
of Grey
names.
is. It's just Twilight fanfiction with the names changed.
Yep.
Anyway. Patches, would you like to do your XP now, please?
I think the only XP I get is maybe 2 even for expressing my beliefs, tribes, heritage, and background. But I think that'd be it.
I would say you probably get 1 for finishing your long-term project of homemaking, because that just seems appropriate for Patches. And I think the fact that you shared the smut novels that were a central piece of today.
I think I already got an XP from that last time, though.
Well,
Take another XP today. Don't argue.
just take it.
I mean, I won't argue.
Shut up and take the XP.
Shut up and take my XP.
Yes, thank you.
You have just sent us down a very fun rabbit hole, Jamie, and I appreciate it. So have an experience. Rabbit. Speaking of rabbit holes.
Yeah. So I did do a challenge with deception and influence.
Okay.
Express my beliefs, drives, heritages, or background. I did finish up the one project with Dr. Biscuit, which I was planning to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking about background or heritage, just the whole book club thing.
Yep. I will say 2 XP for you.
All right. My hand. Dress a challenge with technical skill. There really wasn't any mayhem today. Actually, okay. The only mayhem was Royce trying to be debonair.
But that wasn't Dr. Biscuit
Yes.
mayhem.
So,
I'm generous, but I don't think I can. In that one.
belief, drive, heritage, or background. Well, I mean, I definitely spent time engineering stuff. Made you another wonderful new NPC to play with or not. I was attempting to Dr. Casta, but she didn't want it. It's kind of annoying.
I will give you probably 2 XP for that.
Wunderbar.
Cool. Well, that's it for today's session. I hope you all had
Okay.
fun. It was nice to just kind of chill and
Role
role play.
Excellent. Well, if that's
Always.
the case, thank you everybody for coming and showing up. As far as the rest of the channel, we have this is every time that Blade shows up, it's the start of a very busy week because it's the full week. We have 3 more shows this week. Please tune in Wednesday night for D&D 5e, which is Revenge of the Gith. Thursday morning, more D&D 5e with The World of Ashenfell. And Saturday afternoon, our Dragon Age TTRPG in Darkness Unbroken. That's what's going on this channel this week. Also, later today, I'm just going to go ahead and plug it. It's not my thing, but one of our community members is premiering a show on Encounter Roleplay today called Dr. D&D at 6 p.m. Central Time, so 4 p.m. PST. And that's our friend Noir. He is amazing. He promotes us. He's a friend. Please go and see him in about 2.5 hours when he is doing his thing. So go check him out. Go check Encounter Roleplay out. It's kind of how we get started here doing TTRPGs anyway. So with that, everyone, please let us know where we can find you on the internet and all of that great stuff. And we will go and start with Jason.
You really can't find me on the internet. I don't actually do all that social media stuff. I just like playing games and hanging out with cool people like all of you.
Nice.
Aw.
You play in a Band of Blades game, though, don't you? Where do you play at with that?
Not Bannerblades. I mean, either Brinkwood at the Central Co-op Twitch, but that happens irregularly. We have a rotating cast, so it's different schedule every week.
Okay.
And that's the only other one I have streamed. So I've got a couple of games I play, but they're not streamed or anything. So.
All right, cool beans. Thank you, Jamie.
Hey, I can be found on the Discord and also on Twitch at Spider Jelly, although I haven't streamed anything lately. But that's me. I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity to be here. It's always fun.
Always glad to have you here, fam. Sahara.
You can find me on the Discord as Mad Rabbit, or since we were talking about fan fiction today, you can find me on the site Wattpad as Loop_Taco. Yes, that is Adventure Zone.
Nice, I like it. Link that in chat, please.
Yeah.
So we can go read your fanfic. Absolutely, I love fanfic.
Oh,
Awesome. And of course, last but not least, Theater Nerd.
So the schedule that used to be really busy for me got a little less busy because Masks is on a bit of hiatus because of the state of things. I'm a little sad, but I can't wait to get back to that. But every other Monday over on Uncanny Adventures, I am playing a Marshall in the Wild West in a Call of Cthulhu game. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. That has also happened irregularly, so hopefully next week we will be back on with that. Other than that, all of my social media is at TheaterNerd221. So if you see someone using that username, more than likely you're speaking with me.
All right, cool beans, guys. Thank you so much again for tuning in. We will see you later. We're going to give some love over to my good friend Tyrone at Unsheath Productions. He's playing some Killer Instincts. One of my best friends here on Twitch. So, everybody, wave goodbye.
Bye.